Imagine finding a letter from a stranger who claims you changed their life but you have no memory of them. That is exactly what happened to retired music teacher Eleanor Hart when she stumbled upon a yellowed note tucked inside an old piano bench. The autumn air carried the crisp scent of fallen leaves as Eleanor Hart dusted the old upright piano in her cluttered living room. At 72, she had spent over 50 years teaching music to countless students, but this piano, the same one she played as a girl, held the most memories. As she wiped down the bench, her fingers caught on something tucked between the seat cushion and the frame. A folded piece of paper, yellowed with age, its edges slightly frayed. Curious, she unfolded it and began to read. The handwriting was neat but shaky, as if written by someone trying to steady their emotions. "Dear Miss Hart," it began, "I don't know if you all ever read this, but I had to write it. You were my music teacher when I was just a shy 12-year-old boy. I never told you this, but your kindness saved my life." Eleanor's breath caught. She searched her memory, but Golden T placed the name James Reynolds. The letter went on to explain how James had been a troubled child, struggling with his parents' divorce and bullying at school. Music had been his only escape, and Miss Hart's patience and encouragement had given him the confidence to keep going. Now, decades later, James was a successful composer, and he wanted to thank her. A tear rolled down Eleanor's cheek. She had no memory of him, but the letter's raw honesty struck her deeply. Who was this man? And how had she impacted his life without even realizing it? She folded the letter carefully and placed it on the piano, her mind racing. Maybe, just maybe, she could find him. The next morning, Eleanor searched online for James Reynolds, composer. To her amazement, she found him. Not just any composer, but an award-winning one whose works were performed in concert halls across the country. Her hands trembled as she picked up the phone. The call connected after just 2 rings. "Hello," a deep, familiar voice answered. "James Reynolds speaking." Eleanor hesitated, then spoke softly. "James, this is Eleanor Hart. I just found your letter." A long silence followed, then a quiet gasp. "Miss Hart, you read it?" His voice cracked with emotion. "I wrote that years ago. I never expected." His words trailed off. "I'd love to see you," Eleanor said, "to hear your music." Another pause, then, quietly, "I'd like that very much." As she hung up, Eleanor wondered what this reunion would bring. Would it fill the gaps in her memory, or would it remind her of all the lives she'd touched without ever knowing? One thing was certain: some stories, like old melodies, have a way of finding their way back to you when you least expect them.